Dear Mr. Editor, I am writing to describe my opinion about no cars allowed in city centre except for taxi. So you've started your letter with Dear Mr. Editor, which is very formal, very good. I am writing to describe my opinion, so you are telling the reader why you have written to them about no cars allowed in city centre. There's no reason why this word should be in capital if it's in the middle of the sentence. So if you could take another look at that, please. No cars allowed in city centre. City centre is adjective and noun. And like what we said in the class, when we have a combination of adjective noun together, we need something before it. So if you could kindly take a look and see what we need to include before the adjective and noun. Except for taxi. This plane is good for air pollution. I think the word you're looking for is not plane, so you might want to take a look at the spelling of that, please. Is good for air pollution and traffic road. Let's, instead of adding something, yes, okay, so let's look at this, and I'd like you to swap it around, please. Traffic road is not the right way to say it, so if you would swap the places of traffic and road, just swap them around, please. But I am really upset because my home is so far until centre. Until is usually used for a time, okay, until 3 o'clock, until 2015. It's not used for a place. So if you could use another preposition, please, that would be more suitable for a place. My home is so far, preposition, centre, and I have 3 children, so that is very difficult for me. How can I bring them there, or after shopping, how can I come back home with them and with a lot of shopping bags? You have your sentence, difficult for me, how can I bring them? So here I would suggest that you break the sentence up. You would need some kind of either a full stop or a comma or something here, which means this would be the start of your sentence, which therefore has to be capital. And you're asking a question here, so you have put very correctly the question mark, which is very good. How can I bring them there, or after shopping, how can I come back home with them and with a lot of shopping bags? Very good. You've used a lot of, and then you've used shopping bags, which is plural. When I am going with private car, so again, private car, it's adjective noun. So once again, before the combination of adjective noun, we will need an article. If you could please use an article. Also, also the word private, if you could take a look at the spelling again, please. When I am going with private car, it is easy to me. I think we need another preposition here. It's not easy to me, it's easy, another preposition, me. And also, coming back to the beginning of the sentence, when I am going, that means you're talking about right now, present continuous, which is a temporary time. I think you mean more about general, and when we talk about general activities, we don't use the present continuous, we use another kind of present tense. So it's not present perfect, it's not present continuous. What could it be, please, that we use it for general times? With private car, it is easy, preposition me, because they are take off our home until the city centre. First of all, you have used an article here. You've used the for city centre, and it's correct because we've used city centre before in the text, so now we can use the. The reader or the listener knows what you're talking about. But here, take off, I'm not sure exactly what you mean by take off. So if you could take another look at this, please. And because we use take off, we do not need are. So if you could get rid of that. because they take off our home, okay, so we don't need are, because after are we will have an adjective, and obviously take off is not an adjective. On the other hand, so you've made an argument and you're looking at the other aspect of the argument. Very good. On the other hand, if we want take a bus, we've got two verbs here. Two verbs. One of them has to change, as you know. So one of them has to become the infinitive. We want infinitive, take a bus, definitely after a long time. Very good. You've used article for adjective and noun. Well done. A bus definitely after a long time. We arrive there. Also, we will be triad and sleepy. I think again, if you could take a look at the spelling of this word. So on the other hand, if we take the bus, we're going to get tired and sleepy. Actually, this is good for taxi driver. Taxi driver, I think you mean more than one. I think you're talking about general. So driver is countable. So can we make it plural, please? Because I think you're talking about lots of drivers, not just one taxi driver. Actually, this is good for taxi drivers because when all cars are free, they can driving easily, although they can get more money. Okay, when all cars are free, I think you mean when it is car free. Cars can't be free, can they? So when, I think you're trying to say when there are no cars, that's what you're trying to say, because when there are no cars, they can driving. Can is a modal verb, and after can we do not use the ing form. We use the simple form of the verb. The simple form, please. They can, simple form, drive easily, although they can get more money. So although might not be the correct word used here, the correct conjunction. We've given a situation, and then you have given the result of that situation. So we need to use another conjunction, which means after this conjunction that we've used, we use a result. If you will check your handouts again, please. Another point, someone has a house near the center, they can go walk because it is really good for health. Actually depended the weather. If weather is rainy or snowy, you cannot go walk, so beast way, stay at home. This is a very, very long sentence, okay, and there are 2 or 3 sentences inside here. So first of all, would you kindly take a look at this again, and if you could break it up, please, because you've used lots of different ideas there. Another point, someone has a house, so I think you mean if someone has a house near the center, they can go walk. We've got 2 verbs together, go and walk, and the second verb after go would have to be the gerund form, please. So if you could take another look, they can go, the gerund form of walk, because it is really good for health. Yes, actually depended the weather. So we've started actually, which means before actually, your sentence here might have stopped. So you might want to think of adding either a full stop or something there, just to show that you have stopped your sentence, which means this would be starting with capital. It would be a new sentence. Actually, depended the weather. I think you mean depending on the weather. If weather is rainy or snowy, you cannot go walk. So again, this needs to be gerund, 2 verbs following each other. You cannot go gerund, walking. So beast, stay at home. Beast is a very wild animal. I think we have a spelling issue here, so if you would kindly take a look at this word again. So best way, stay at home. To sum up, so you're starting your conclusion here, I agree with this plan, but if council improve public transport system, For example, about increased price of tickets and give more bus and train, definitely majority of people like that, because when used public transport, they are not problem about car park or traffic. As you can see, once again, this is a very, very, very long sentence, isn't it? So could you please break it down into shorter sentences? To sum up, I agree with this plan, but if council is an idea or a concept that is well known to everybody. So before the word council, can I ask please that you include the appropriate article? Remember, council is a noun which is well known to everybody. So which article do we have to use? Do we have to use a, an, or the? Which one is it do we use when we want to talk about a concept that everybody knows about? Okay, so choose your article there, please. If council improve public transport, council is third person, it's it, isn't it? So improve has to become third person. For example, I improve, but he, she, or it, how does this change? I improve, you improve, they improve, he, she, or it. This changes, doesn't it, for the third person? So if you could make the change, please. Council improve public transport system. For example, about increase price of tickets. Increase is a verb, which is very good. You've used it after a preposition. When we have a combination of preposition and verb, the verb has to change into a gerund, please. So if you would change this to the gerund form. For example, about increase price of tickets and give more bus and train. Give more bus and train, we can't really give more bus and train to somebody, can we? So if you would take another look at this as well, please. Definitely majority of people like that. You're making a prediction, so will like that, because when use public transport, when who uses public transport, we need a subject here. When people use public transport, when we use public transport, who is it you're talking about? Use public transport, they are not problem. I don't think we need are here. Pardon me. We might need another verb here. Not problem. About car park or traffic. Yours faithfully. Very good. So the strengths that you have answered the question well. You've given your opinion from the start, and you've offered positive and negative aspects to the argument, which is very good. Areas for improvement. If you would take a look at the articles, which we need to include, if you would shorten the sentences, which I've underlined, so either using a comma, using a semicolon, using a full stop, anything like that, if you would kindly do that. And then we talked about using preposition. So when we have a preposition plus the verb will get an ing, it will become a gerund. Okay, so if you could take another look at that. Sadia, to be very honest with you, you've written a very long piece of work. It's very, very good. I'm very happy with that. If you would kindly go over your work again, don't worry about the number of mistakes. It's a long piece of work, which means you will have more mistakes, obviously. That's normal. So if you would kindly go through it again, try and correct as many mistakes as you can, and email it back to me, and I will look at it and I will go through it again with you. Okay, fantastic. You're definitely improving, and I'm very happy with that. Thank you very much.